Greetings interwebs, this is Wrecked King, and in case you couldn't tell by the fact that this is going up on Sunday instead of Battle Spot Live, I decided to do things a little bit differently this week. Battle Spot Lives on Sunday was never a guaranteed thing, but I don't really have a good reason for not doing it this week, besides the fact that I had a live commentated battle that I wanted to upload on Saturday instead. So I figured I'd do a post-commentated Battle Spot battle to keep things from being a little bit redundant. You may also notice I got music playing in the background of this battle instead of having the in-game audio like I do for post-commentated battles normally. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of speed-ups here, and it would have just been awkward to leave the normal game audio in. But I'd like to hear from you guys if you think that is a good idea for me to do it this way from now on. Like, even with Battle Spot Live, I could, like, edit out the normal soundtrack and put in my own music. So if you like this idea, comment below, and I'll take into consideration what you guys think. I always like to hear back from you guys. After all, I am making the videos for you guys. I also gotta warn you in advance, if you don't like Stall, you won't like this fight. I just really wanted to upload this because it's the first and probably the only time I've ever really been in a Stall Fest. And it's kinda interesting how I got myself into this mess in the first place, and it's kinda interesting of how I get out of the Stall Fest. I know it's not everyone's thing, it's generally not my thing, so that's your one and only warning. So first thing that tipped me off about this battle, you can't really see it here because this preview doesn't have the full team preview. But my opponent had a lot of Pokemon that I would consider legendaries. Not necessarily Ubers, but I'm not used to fighting them in a competitive sense like this. So I was concerned going into this fight, although it seems like I'm going pretty good so far. I get the Fake Out, I'm going for the Stone Edge to take it out, but then I get Thunder Wave. Probably because of the Prankster ability, but Tornadus I'm pretty sure is pretty fast, so it might have outsped Chie either way. So it really feels like Chie's been crippled, but I am at least able to take out the Tornadus. And then comes out the Suicune. And that's where things start getting interesting. I don't catch on as early as I should. Like, I should have saw this first Calm Mind and gone, uh-oh, it's gonna be a bulky Calm Mind Stall Fest. To be fair though, I don't really have anything to go with. I mean, I try to go for the high jump kick with Chie, I get paralyzed, and goes for the second Calm Mind, and that's when I know, uh-oh, I am in big doo-doo trouble if I don't do something right now that doesn't involve getting paralyzed. So I just go for a U-turn, getting any amount of damage as I could, while swapping out. Swapping out was an important thing. And the only thing I could think of was to go into my Ditto. I think you guys know where this is going. Yep, I am impostoring the Suicune, and it's gonna be Calm Mind Suicune versus Calm Mind Suicune. And you would think at first I would be at the disadvantage because all my moves only have 5 PP while this Suicune has a whole lot more. But as I'm doing the battle here, I do find out ways to work around the low amount of power points I have to basically make it an unlimited amount of power points instead of a fixed amount of power points. Having leftovers on my Ditto does help as well. Now I only swap here is because I don't want to be in the Stall Fest. I try to swap into Chie to do something, or maybe I do it as Death Fodder. Yeah, I think I actually swap into Chie as Death Fodder so I can bring in my Charizard, go for the Mega Evolution, go for the Solar Beam, and then take it out. And then I don't have to worry about this frickin' Suicune for the rest of the battle. However, I am forgetting about a pretty vital detail. You know, the fact that the Suicune went for a Calm Mind at least 3 times, probably 5 times. So this Solar Beam, despite being super effective and being from Mega Charizard Y, is going to do practically nothing. Though this with just enough health to pull off the rest and like, put me in a, this is a very awkward situation on my end. So I decided to swap back into my Ditto because that's pretty much the only thing I can do to avoid getting swept. And the Stall Fest continues. At this point I'm pretty much just trying to stall out my opponent's power points, although if they use PP up, which they very well could, that's going to be a bit of an issue. The other method to this madness is to try to do as much damage as I can to the Suicune to get his health low enough so it goes for another rest, so I can swap in Charizard safely, not only to refresh my PP for my Ditto, but hopefully get a few solid hits that'll be enough to take out the Suicune. I am not gonna be that lucky though. I'm gonna go for the Solar Beam here, and you saw how much it did last time. It's not gonna do quite enough for me to be able to take out the Suicune before it wakes up. And at this point it's like, man, I wish I had a physical move. But I don't. Barely living this, of course I'm going to be going for rest next turn. And the Stall Fest is going to become even more stally. So stolen. I am. Sorry, I tried to stop the bad pun, but by the time I could, it was already halfway out of my mouth. I bet you can imagine the excitement I had when I got this freeze hack right here. And then I do the stupid thing of using Scald to unthaw it. The one chance I had to end the rest and the exchanges of the water and ice moves that are not very effective. And I blew it. I blew it because I went for the move that unfreezes Pokemon. I mean, sure, Scald burns Pokemon. A genius would put 2 and 2 together to figure out, hey, maybe if I do the move that would burn a Pokemon to a Pokemon that's frozen, that would unthaw it? But nope, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And because of that, we have more Stallfests. Don't worry, the pain will hopefully be over soon. I pushed my luck here, and this is probably where I made my mistake. The mistake that will probably cost me the battle later on. Like before, I just go into my Charizard to refresh my Ditto's PP, get a little bit of damage off before it wakes up as well. And I don't think it would have mattered whether I went for Solar Beam or Air Cutter, but my opponent swaps out on this very turn and sends in his final Pokemon, the Garchomp. Now, this could have been good. I mean, if I went for Solar Beam, I might have done a little more. But then it goes for Outrage. Of course, it outspeeds. It's going to take out my Charizard, and I am going to be royally screwed. Guess why? Yep. The Suicune is no longer the Pokemon I'm copying. Instead, I'm copying a Garchomp, which is a physical attacker, while I'm burned, and no access to rest either. I am gonna just barely be able to take out the Garchomp, but as you might guess, I have no way to fight off the Suicune now. So I practically lost the battle because of human error on my behalf. But I'm gonna give myself props. I'm gonna give myself props for pulling through for this. A normal, sane man would have ran by the middle of that exchange of skulls and ice beams. A sane man would have probably ran after the Suicune did 5 Calm Minds. But not me. Nope, not me. I dedicate myself through it. And thanks to my Ditto, I held up my own. I did not back down to the Suicune that did 5 Calm Minds. I fought it with its own medicine. Although all good things cannot last forever. I was destined to lose this fight from the very beginning, and yet I held on. I did not give up. Let this be a lesson for you all. No matter how impossible things may be, even if they are impossible, never give up. Always put your best foot forward. Always do your best in general. That way, when you do lose, you can at least say that you tried. Granted, it's not going to win you that medal, it's not going to give you that victory, it's not going to make you accomplish anything when you actually lose. But the feeling of knowing that you at least try is better than the feeling of giving up. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the battle, despite the nature of it. Hopefully my commentary made it a bit more entertaining than it normally would be for those of you who don't like the Stallfest, and yet decided to ignore my warning anyways. There will be more Pokemon battles next weekend, and I am pretty sure it'll be the usual pattern of some post-commentated battle, followed by Battle Spot Live on Sunday next week. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it. I appreciate the support. Remember to comment below your opinions towards if I should do more battles in this particular fashion of taking out the music and replacing it with background noise, or if you prefer the way I normally handle the background music. Be sure to check out the channel if you enjoy the commentary. I have various types of videos for you to enjoy, from full-fledged playthroughs to battles like this, and even things I do on occasions, like Jackie K Tries, first impressions of videos, and various other types of videos. In the meantime, I hope to see you all next weekend for more Pokemon battles. Take care!